You ever open a can of Pringles and wonder, why are these things so perfect? Same curve, same crunch, zero crumbs. It's almost suspiciously precise. Like someone engineered snack food instead of cooking it. The story starts with a problem nobody thought needed solving. Broken chips. Back in the 1960s, people loved potato chips but hated everything about them. The grease, the crumbs, the unpredictable shapes. Bags puffed with air and disappointment. So instead of calling a chef, the company hired an engineer. That already tells you where this story's headed. His idea was radical. Don't slice the potato, design it. Make the perfect chip by building it from the ground up, like an architect would design a bridge. The end result was something between a snack and science project, a potato-based dough shaped into an elegant curve that could stack like Lego pieces. When it first hit shelves, people weren't sure what to make of it. It's not even a real potato chip, they said. True, but that was exactly the point. It wasn't supposed to be real, it was supposed to be better. Fast forward to today, and Pringles is in over 100 countries. There are factories on nearly every continent pumping out billions of identical crisps each year. The consistency is almost eerie. No matter where you buy a can, from New York to Tokyo to Dubai, you'll pop the lid and get the same curve, same crunch, same flavor explosion. Inside the factory, the process starts with, you guessed it, potatoes, but these aren't random supermarket spuds. They're grown under tight contracts with farmers who specialize in one mission: uniformity. Each potato must have the right starch content, smooth skin, and just the right moisture balance. Think of them as the runway models of the potato world. Flawless or fired. Trucks roll into the plant carrying tons of these perfect potatoes. The first stop is inspection. Machines and human eyes scan them for bruises, spots, and other imperfections. Anything less than perfect gets tossed aside. The chosen ones then head for an industrial-scale spa treatment. Massive rotating drums filled with pressurized water scrub away every trace of soil. It's like watching 1,000 potatoes go through a car wash. By the time they emerge, they're glistening and spotless, ready for transformation. Next comes peeling. Instead of hand peelers, the factory uses high-speed mechanical scrubbers that strip off the skins in seconds. What's left looks like a pile of snow-white nuggets, soon to be ground, mashed, and mixed with cornstarch and a hint of seasoning. Add water, and you've got a smooth, elastic dough, the raw material of the Pringles universe. Here's where the magic really kicks in. Traditional chips are made by slicing and frying. Pringles, on the other hand, are forged. The dough travels along a massive conveyor belt, flattened by steel rollers until it becomes a continuous potato sheet, smooth, thin, and flawless. Giant cutters then stamp out ovals that are all exactly the same size. You could stack 100 and they'd line up perfectly because that's the whole point. Each oval is then gently placed onto curved metal molds, giving it that signature saddle-like shape, a mathematical curve known as a hyperbolic paraboloid. Sounds fancy, right? It's basically a shape that's strong yet light, flexible but sturdy. It's the same geometry used in architectural roofs and airplane wings. Yeah, your chips share design DNA with aircraft. Why bother with all this math? Because it means the chips don't crumble under pressure. That delicate curvature distributes stress evenly, keeping the crisp intact. So the next time you reach for a perfectly stacked pile, you're literally eating the result of decades of geometry and food physics. Now that the dough's shaped, it's time for the fryers. Forget slow cooking. These chips take a scorching oil bath at around 200 degrees Celsius, but only for 11 seconds. That's it. 11 seconds and they come out crisp, golden, and ready for flavor. Too long and they'd burn, too short and they'd stay doughy. The timing has been perfected to a science. Right after frying, high-pressure air jets blast away excess oil. That's why Pringles don't feel greasy. It's controlled chaos, an orchestra of machines hissing, puffing, and whirring as thousands of chips glide down endless belts. Once they're crisp and light, they head for the best part, the seasoning line. This is where the smell hits you. cheese, sour cream, barbecue, or whatever new experimental flavor the lab's been cooking up. But here's the cool part. Pringles are only seasoned on one side. The flavor dust rains down in a perfect curtain as the chips pass underneath. The other side stays plain to keep your fingers clean. People actually debate the right way to eat them. Seasoned side up or down. Technically, flavor hits your tongue better if it's down, but let's be honest, most of us just grab a stack and don't think twice. Over the years, the company's tested hundreds of wild flavors around the world. Seaweed in Japan, shrimp cocktail in the UK, spicy crab in Thailand, even ramen and pickle additions. There's a dedicated flavor lab that experiments nonstop, adjusting the blend of powders until they hit the perfect mix of salty, tangy, and addictive. When the seasoning's done, the chips cool on long metal belts that snake through the plant. This isn't just to drop temperature, it's to let any residual oil evaporate so the chips stay crisp in storage. You can actually hear the soft rustle of millions of crisps cooling at once. It's oddly satisfying. Meanwhile, in another corner of the plant, machines are assembling one of the most recognizable packages ever made, the Pringles tube. The design looks simple, but it's a masterpiece of practicality. Cardboard walls, metal bottom, plastic lid, all balanced to keep air out and pressure even. That's why the chips survive shipping without turning into dust. As the tubes roll by, precision robots stack the chips and slide them inside with almost ridiculous care. They're loaded in perfect alignment, like poker chips being dealt by a robot dealer. Each can holds roughly 90 crisps, though it depends on flavor density. Then the lid snaps on with that familiar pop. That sound isn't just satisfying, it's engineered. The pressure difference creates that pop, signaling freshness before you even taste it. The packed cans roll into labeling stations, then through automated quality checks where high-speed cameras verify alignment, color, and seal tightness. Anything off by even a fraction of a millimeter is pulled from the line. It's ruthless perfectionism, but that's how every can looks identical, no matter where it's made. By the end of the day, a single factory can fill hundreds of thousands of cans, enough to feed entire cities of snackers. Pallets of Pringles are loaded onto trucks, shipped across continents, and stocked on shelves from convenience stores to airports to vending machines. And every time someone twists off a lid, they're experiencing a system that's been fine-tuned for over half a century. Now let's talk packaging. The cylinder that started 1,000 memes, love it or hate it, it's iconic. That tube wasn't created for looks, it was built for survival. Unlike chip bags that trap air and allow breakage, this stackable can act like armor. It's the reason you can toss a can in your backpack, climb a mountain, and still find the chips inside perfectly aligned. We live in a world of unpredictability, traffic, deadlines, algorithms, but inside every Pringles can, there's perfect order. You pop it open, and every chip is right where it should be. Same shape, same crunch, same satisfaction. It's comfort disguised as convenience. Still, the story isn't just about machinery, it's about the people behind the line, the workers watching hundreds of golden chips fly past them every minute, the technicians fine-tuning oil temperatures, the flavor specialists arguing whether pizza should lean more oregano or more tomato. Each of them plays a role in the world's most synchronized snack orchestra. You might not think about it when you're elbow deep in a tube, but the science behind Pringles is almost poetic. The hyperbolic paraboloid shape, for example, it's not random. That elegant curve ensures every chip sits snugly against the next, minimizing wasted space and maximizing strength. It's like an edible architectural marvel. And then there's that iconic pop. That tiny sound when you lift the lid is more than just satisfying, it's branding genius. It's the audible signal of freshness, the moment that makes you feel like you're unsealing something special. A sound so recognizable that even if you heard it in another room, your brain would whisper, Pringles. Think about it. A product launched more than 50 years ago still dominates a category it technically doesn't belong to. Pringles aren't chips. They're crisps by legal definition. When other chip brands complained to regulators that Pringles didn't qualify as real potato chips, since they're made from potato dough, not slices, the company didn't even fight it. They just said, "Fine, call us crisps." And somehow that made them even cooler. Behind all that fun, though, lies serious logistics. The distribution network for Pringles is insane. A single mega factory can churn out millions of cans a week, loaded onto pallets, sealed in shrink wrap, and shipped to distribution centers across continents. By the time you grab one off a shelf, it's already survived thousands of miles of travel without losing a single chip to breakage. The reason? That precision manufacturing chain, from the potato fields to the metal molds to the sealing machines, never stops running. The entire system hums like clockwork 24/7, keeping the world supplied with its crunchy fix. Of course, not everything stays the same. In recent years, there's been a push toward healthier snacking, lower sodium, baked options, new proteins. Even Pringles has joined that race, experimenting with air-popped textures and plant-based variations while keeping the same satisfying crunch. It's a tricky balance, evolving without losing what made the original timeless. Still, one thing never changes: the satisfaction of that first bite, that sound, that feeling that whoever made these chips knew exactly what they were doing, because they did. It's not just luck, it's decades of refinement, testing, and micro adjustments down to the millimeter. And so the next time you're halfway through a can, remember what you're really eating. It's not just a snack, it's edible engineering. It's art disguised as junk food. It's a reminder that even in something as simple as a potato chip, there's room for perfection. And maybe that's what makes Pringles special. It's not the flavor or the crunch alone, it's the audacity of the idea. Someone looked at a broken bag of chips and said, "We can do better." And they did. Next time you hear that pop and reach for a chip, think about the journey it took. From carefully bred potatoes in farm fields, to roaring fryers, to that perfect mathematical curve, all engineered for that one flawless crunch. And as that flavor hits your tongue, you're tasting decades of innovation, precision, and human creativity, packed into one curved slice of joy. If you made it this far, I'll leave you with a challenge. Next time you open a can, count how many chips are inside before you finish the first row. Spoiler alert, you probably won't make it, because once you pop, yeah, you know the rest. So go ahead, like, share, drop your favorite flavor in the comments, and I'll see you next time with another behind-the-scenes look at how everyday things are secretly engineering masterpieces.